So lately all of my tutorials have been like voiceovers because that is really what I have had time to do. So today I'm filming a little bit earlier so I have more time to talk you guys through a tutorial because I feel like I normally do like a mix of them, but they've all just been like voiceovers. And today I'm just winging it. I don't know what I want to do, but we're gonna go with it. So I already primed my skin and let that sit for a little bit, and I have been really using my Rimmel Stay Matte foundation a lot lately because this really stays in place for the amount of time I need it to stay in place. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move. I don't need to touch it up during the day, and I have just been wearing this like crazy. I think I've worn it all week this week, and what I've been doing lately is just dotting it on my face like this, because I find that if I don't do it this way, it can get a little heavy and a little cakey. But I've really just been loving this lately, and like I said, it's what I've been using all week long. Then to really buff all of that in, I have been loving using my Expert face brush. Normally for like whipped foundation, I use my buffing brush. You can see the difference. This one's kind of domed and this one's more squared off. But the Expert face brush just really, I think, since it is a denser, more stiff brush, really buffs this foundation into the skin, and that's what you need with this foundation. I feel like to make it look as natural as possible, you really need a stiff, dense brush to really buff it in and work it into the skin. Apply it, and I just really work it over the product and over the skin, really making sure to get it in there. Now on to concealer, and when I wear this foundation lately, I have been not using as much concealer because applying this with the Expert face brush, I think, gives it more coverage, more full coverage anyway. So I haven't really been using a lot of concealer, and I haven't really been highlighting my face like with my Pro Longwear that much lately either. I've just been using my Studio Finish concealers, an NC15 and NC20, and my Real Techniques Dome Shadow Brush. And, well, wait. First I'll go in with my lighter shade, so NC15, and I will just run that under my eye where I need it. Really just blending it under my eye. I haven't really been highlighting or anything. I've just kind of been using the concealer to just brighten a little bit around my eye. Like I haven't been like, whoa. I haven't been doing the triangle swoosh thing, really. I do a little bit, but very lightly, and you can see just the slightest difference that makes in how my eye looks. It doesn't look as dark circle-ish. I'm always going to have dark circles because I'm anemic, so there's really nothing I can do to get rid of them. But you can see that having a little bit of lighter concealer on this side helps not to look like this. So I also do go in and highlight a little bit with the NC15, not a lot, just a little bit straight through the center of the face, like you should. Then I go in with my NC20, which is my actual skin tone from MAC, my actual skin, yeah, whatever. And then I'll just go over, using the same brush, just go over any blemishes. I have a lot lately because my stress level is ridiculous. With this new job. It's not that I have any more stress on me, it's just a different kind of stress being the boss. So, it's just a different kind of stress. And I can't seem to get rid of these stupid blemishes around my chin either, so it's a good thing concealer exists these days. So I pretty much went ahead and finished my face because at this point you all have seen me do it in all of my recent videos. But anyway, I used my Benefit Hoola Bronzer, per usual. Then for blush, I used my Benefit Rockateur blush, which I have finally hit pan on. I don't know if you can see it, those little 2 dots. I've finally hit pan on this. Like I said, I use it every day, so for me to use it like every day for a year and not hit pan on it is kind of amazing. So then just on the apples of my cheeks, I used MAC's Mineralized Blush in Dainty. I have been using this or NARS's Orgasm recently. I don't know what it is about these two, but when spring and summer roll around, I always go back to these 2 blushes. Then to highlight, everybody has this, uses it. I use the Mary Luminizer from the Balm because it just looks so natural and so glowy and pretty. But for my brows lately, moving on, I have been doing something a little bit different. I still pretty much do them exactly the same, except I take my Real Techniques Pixel Point eyeliner brush. It's kind of a thick brush for me to use for eyeliner, so that's not what I use it for. But what I've been doing is I've been dipping into the darker color in my Urban Decay brow box, and making the tail of my brow darker. So what I do is I just start like at the middle point of the tail end of my eyebrow and just start pulling the color through from there to kind of create more of a defined tail. And it looks super harsh when this is all you have on, but I think it looks really good once you get your whole brow done. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing to the ends of my brow. So for my eyes, I have decided that I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette. I haven't used this in a really long time, and I just think it has really beautiful colors in it. So first I'm going to start off with this shade here called Moon, and I'm going to use my Real Techniques accent brush, and I'm just going to apply that to the inner corner just to make it really bright and open. This is a pure white, so you could use a different color. It's like a pure white metallic-y blue color. So then for the second color, I'm going to use this one here called Milky Way, and it's like a lavender shot through with a white. So it's going to be a little bit lighter than, you know, whatever. And I'm just using a stiff shading brush to apply that. I'm just going to start where I stopped with the white. I did bring that like up onto the inner third of my lid. So I'm just going to blend that lavender shade all the way across the lid, just like that. And just make sure the two blend very well where they meet. And I'm also going to bring that lavender a little bit under the eye as well, just using the same brush. But only going about to the center of the eye with that. So like that. Then because there's not really like a mid-tone purple that I can put in my crease in the BH Cosmetics palette, I'm going to go into my Kat Von D palette, which has everything in it. And I'm going to use this shade here, Babe, which is more of a like blue-toned lavendery purple. And I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush and tap off any excess. And I'm just going to place that where I have my, the second darkest color. So we've gone from really light to dark, and I'm just going where I placed that, what was it, Milky Way color from the BH Cosmetics palette. So just to kind of lightly darken up the outer corner. Then on this stiff shader brush again, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Babe and run that on the rest of the lower lash line as well. Just like that. You just want it really soft and simple, I guess. So then because I want a little bit more depth and a little bit of separation between the lighter and the darker purple, I'm going to go in with this shade here called Eclipse and my Real Techniques Duo Fiber Eye Brush. And just getting that on the white bristles of the brush. See if I can demonstrate here. So just kind of poking those white bristles in there. And then ever so slightly, just kind of keeping that on the outer V area of the eye. And it just adds a little bit more depth to the eye and a little bit of something. But then for eyeliner, keeping it in the purple theme, I am actually using a pencil liner on my top lash line, which is something I really never do. This is the M Cosmetics eyeliner in Royal Amethyst. This is the water liner. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and run that really close to my lashes. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my shading brush from Real Techniques and smudge that out. These are waterproof, so they do set, so you want to work with them quite quickly. Then for my waterline, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes in 23L. These are waterproof, so they're great for the waterline. And this is just a very light champagne color, almost. It looks almost white, but it is champagne. And I'm just going to put that in the waterline. And this one is not as opaque as my Rimmel Scandalize one either. This is just more kind of like a shimmery highlight on the waterline. So it's a little more subtle and not as kind of bam in your face. So nothing really grounds a look like mascara. Now that it's on, it looks a little bit more not quite so scary. But for my lips today, gonna keep it super simple since my eyes are super bright. And I'm going to use Revlon Color Burst lipstick in Pink Sugar, which is my most used, most loved lipstick. And there you have it. That is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.